All right. So tell us about your rescue.
Hi, Keith. My name is Rochelle, and I help the rescue out by fostering and also booking their events and doing some other oddball things. Um, but Douglas County Canine Rescue is a 501c3 nonprofit, and they've been operating for the past 6 years. Um, Prior to the dogs coming into rescue, they're usually coming from shelters where they are at capacity. And so, by us putting holds on dogs and be able to find fosters here in Colorado, we're able to essentially give those dogs a second chance. And so, when they do come into the rescue, the only way, again, that they can get that second chance, oh, sorry, I'm getting a little pulled here by a dog, is by having fosters. So, we're 100% foster rescue, like I said. We do not have a shelter, we do not have a building. We rely on the generosity of fosters and volunteers. And basically, when the dogs are with the fosters, they're with them for a minimum of 10 days. And during that time, they also get vaccinated and get fixed and just any other kind of medical attention that they might need.
Awesome. All right. So then, are you still accepting adoptions or foster applications?
Yeah, we absolutely are accepting foster and adoption applications, but just like all the other rescues that are operating here in Colorado, we are definitely inundated because of how COVID's kind of impacted the process. A lot of people being at home and wanting to, you know, be able to raise, a puppy. This is a perfect time, for potty training or, to adopt an adult dog as people are working from home, they've got that time, they want to be able to get out more, and dogs kind of give us a reason to do that. And so um, the biggest thing is that when you go to our website to apply, douglascountycanine.org, just be patient with us. We have foster applications, we have the adoption applications on there, but we do follow a process to make sure that each dog is finding, a good forever home. And so it's not, a quick 2-day turnaround. It's not a credit card purchase. We've got to make sure that we're doing the right thing for the dog.
Right. What supplies and donations are you in need of?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, wrote out a list so I don't forget anything here. Um, so we buy our food from Sam's Club, and so the puppy food, the adult food, the potty pads, we go through all of that. Leashes, collars, harnesses, kennels. We use both the vinyl kennels. We also use the wire kennels. Large, extra large sizes get used quite frequently. Also, puppy pens, which a lot of times we use the pens for pregnant mothers when they are raising their puppies. Dog beds are always nice that we can be able to, give to fosters. Blankets, towels, toys, paper towels. Some people, they get rid of their tiny little kid pools at the end of summer, and we definitely can use those because we can help use those when a mother is delivering. So it's just kind of a great space to contain, yet it's open and easy to help them on where needed. And so those are just some of the supplies and things that we need. Toys and treats are always welcome. And there's a lot of different ways to donate, again, through the website. um, we've even got some different campaigns, and those campaigns help with raising money for a van. A lot of times we have to rent a van in order to be able to do a lot of the work we need to each week, and that of course adds up. um, we have campaigns running for medical needs, so we a lot of times pull dogs that others might not, because there's a lot of challenges, and it gets costly, but we're able to do it because of the following that we have and the amazing volunteers that we have. And that commitment, dedication definitely helps out in those areas. And then we have campaigns that help with training. Some dogs, they were not socialized when they were younger, so they need a little bit of extra care. And so obviously we've got great trainers like yourself. There's been some dogs we've sent off to prison training at various locations, and they've come back glorious and been able to do a lot of things that they were not able, to do before, whether it's interactions or responding to behavior requests, different things, just things that are helping them to be a dog that is going to be loved, in a family, and just have a really good life.
Right. So going on to the whole pandemic thing, how has the coronavirus pandemic impacted your organization?
Sure. So in a lot of ways, actually. So we've been doing this for about 7 weeks now. In the past, we've been able to do our adoption events on Saturdays, and we would do them at a Petco primarily. We also would do pet expos in various cities. Also, some other outdoor events that we get invited to. And now we can't do any of that. And of course, for safety, we've got to honor all the protocol and procedures. And so what we've been doing now is we can only do um, meet and greets virtually, home inspections virtually. We do adoptions. We have to do those one-on-one and by appointment, everybody wearing gloves and masks and just taking all the necessary precautions to keep everyone safe. Um, when you think about the time that it takes and the amount of applications coming in, for example, um, before we might have, processed 10 to 20 online apps during the week, and now we're doing about 100 a week. You can imagine also that we're behind, just like other rescues. We're getting inundated where there's more applications than there are dogs, which is a good problem to have. And we truly hope that people are not just making a short-term commitment, but a long-term commitment to the dogs, so that once things gradually return back to normal, that this will be the forever home, for that dog. Um, when we're operating, we're obviously having to keep space in between, people. And so that's, again, why we're doing it by appointment only. So we might only do like a few adoptions a day, and that's totally fine. Again, just keeping the dogs and our fosters and adopters safe.
All right. So where can people find more information or a list of adoptions for animals?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we do is we post all of our pictures and bios into Pet Established, and that communicates to adopt a pet as well as to our website. And so when you go to douglascountycanine.org, you'll be able to click some links in order to get you to some pictures and bios of available dogs.
Mhm.
Um, if you are finding a few that you're interested in, it's important to put that in your application and email the team to let them know so that they can properly set up those meet and greets. And when we do make sure that someone is approved to adopt, we do look at various criteria, and we do reference checks. We make sure, again, that different breeds are going into areas where they're allowed to be, because some apartments and cities have certain breed restrictions, and so we have to be
Right.
cognizant of that. But again, all pictures and bios are going to be on that website, and you just click the links and follow those, and that'll get you to puppies and dogs that are looking for their forever homes. And again, just be patient with us, because it might take a week, it could take 2 weeks, it depends on everybody's needs, but we're definitely making a lot of good things happen.
Cool. So if someone's having trouble taking care of their pets or um, anything of that nature, um, what are your recommendations for them?
So I have a couple of links that were shared with me by the founder. And so one that maybe a lot of locals might be familiar with is Pet Pantry. Another site that you can Google is redrover.org. And then what it actually has on there is a bunch of other organizations and links to those organizations that can help you depending on what your need is with your animal. And so there's brings there's a Humane Society, Feed the Dog Incorporated, Pet Guardian, Angels of America, SpayUSA.org, Pets for the Homeless. So those who need assistance, who right now are dealing with situations where they don't have a permanent home. Banfield Foundation, which can also help with various needs. And so depending on if you are short on having money to be able to buy food for your dog, or you need to get medical care for your dog, when you go to the redrover.org, it's going to give you a lot of resources in order to help you with what your needs are for your pet.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I know firsthand, working with you guys, how awesome you guys are. Is there anything else you want to say or show us at this time? Any
Yeah,
dogs you
absolutely.
got for
So
us?
first and foremost, I definitely just want to give a shout out to the fosters, volunteers, the leadership team, who is doing an amazing job. I mean, working 12 hours a day in order to be able to make things happen for the community. And so I just want to give them a quick shout out. And then I'm going to try to turn my camera. And I want to introduce you to a little friend. We'll see if I do this right. Okay, hold on. All right.
Oh, yep, there he is.
So, so this is my friend Reyna. She is one of my new fosters. And Miss Reyna, about 6 years old. Come here, pop up. And she's a very loving dog. She's very playful. She's got a little bit of a limp, not exactly sure why. And she is updated on all of her vaccinations. She has been fixed. Miss Reyna would probably do best in a single family home. And what I mean by that is just being a single dog in that home, that or doing gradual introductions with another friend. So she plays well with two of my other dogs, but we definitely took our time in order for them to be introduced to each other. I know a few other things about Miss Reyna, but if you are interested, you can definitely find her on the website. We can always set up again a virtual meet and greet, and hopefully here soon in person meet and greets. But she's definitely a dog who's looking for forever for home, and she's just super sweet.
Awesome. She looks sweet.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, puppy.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course.